Okay, now we're down to my last video of the day, and it's about Charlie Kirk and conspiracy theories and my favorite YouTube guy that I want to just put a plug in for real quickly. I'll start with that. I just love his videos. He's kind of a younger guy, much younger than me, but kind of a silver fox. He looks like a 30-year-old Steve Martin. Slim and trim guy, good, in great shape. I think his name is Brian Enton, and this page is called Brian Enton Investigates, I believe. But he has spent a lot of time down at UVU University. He's been talking with all kinds of important people. I mean, the sheriff. He's been talking with, you know, lawyers and experts and things. I really like his videos, so I've been looking forward to those. But anyways, let me just say, when it comes to conspiracy theories, heaven knows that I love a good conspiracy theory if there's credible evidence to believe it. And I kind of cut my teeth on the JFK assassination for decades, and I think I read and listened to everything I could get my hands on. And yeah, that was probably one of my first conspiracy theories that I really sunk my teeth into. There's been a few since then, but not recently. But anyways, so far on the Tyler Robinson thing, I've heard a lot of crazy conspiracy theories. Candace Owens is right there in the middle of it, promoting these things. And I just can't bring myself to listen to much of them because I've yet to see anything that I would call credible evidence. I'm not opposed to it. If you can convince me, I'd start to believe that. But the video surveillance footage of Tyler Robinson climbing the stairs, which looks to be a gun butt right in his pants pocket, and then several people have showed how you could conceal that gun and walk with it in your pants, and then he jumps off the roof with this black towel draped over this long, stiff object, which is suspiciously looks like a gun, and heading towards the place where they found the gun, heading to the place where he intended to go back and pick it up. And then he left his DNA on the towel and then the screwdriver up to assemble it on the roof, the gun on the roof. So, and then as suspected, in Brian Enton's investigates interview of the sheriff, they're keeping their information close to the vest until the trial, which probably won't happen for a couple of years, but I believe they have a mountain of evidence. And anyways, not to say that if they, I've seen videos and talk about camera guns and phone guns and people standing behind Charlie that suspiciously back away and after what looks like might be shooting off a camera gun, and then some suspicious hand signals from behind Charlie out to the crowd, out to somebody, some strange communications. So I have my questions, yeah, but I've just seen no proof of anything that kind of contradicts the fact that Tyler Robinson did this, but who knows? But this is my conviction. After all I've seen, I believe that Tyler Robinson believes that it was his bullet, his gun that killed Charlie Kirk. Hence all the strange behavior afterwards and running away and this and that. Oh, and then I saw, I was listening to the Conspiracy Show by Richard Syrett, Syrett, from Canada, who is one of my. I just love listening to him. He's just such a good interviewer, and he lets people talk. And you know, if you ever sit next to a Canadian on an airplane, you're in luck because they are great conversationalists. And anyways, he had this guy who's not a professional, as it were, but has spent 30 or more years trying to. He had a friend that was, he believes, was suicided because of, I think it was a reporter or something. It was maybe knew too much or was getting too close to something and got suicided. And it was, I think on the official death certificate, it said suicide. And he has devoted his life to proving that it wasn't suicide, that it was actually murder. And in the process, he was interviewing CIA guys, Mossad guys, FBI guys, lawyers, and kind of became an expert at this game. And he pointed out something I've never considered, which was very interesting. He says, both the CIA and the Mossad, I think, confirmed this to him, but he says, when they do a hit or an assassination, they create what is called a killing zone. And then within that killing zone, they insert all kinds of oddball characters and guns and things that will confuse people, get them to think that they don't have the truth. And that's precisely what happened with JFK. I don't believe Oswald shot a gun that day, but if he did, imagine this. If he did, how would he, and if he wasn't privy to any other shooters out in the grassy knoll or at the Daltex building or whatever, if he wasn't aware of those, and everybody was shooting at the same time, and there was more bullets heard than shells that were retrieved, how would he even know if his bullet killed President Kennedy? Same with Charlie Kirk. You know, assuming there was another shooter or something up close that happened, which I doubt there was, but how would Charlie Kirk know that that was the bullet that killed him? So it's my conviction that he believes he's the killer. Therefore, the confession to his parents, turning himself in, running away on that day, and strange behavior. So, anyways, and then all those with crazy conspiracy theories, and the one that comes to mind is Candace, which I can't bring myself to watch, but my kids are kind of, love what she has to say. On most things, I kind of agree with most everything she says, but she's a little bit too emotionally involved. Put a little bit too much emotion to it. It's highly, it's not a calm conversation. She doesn't calmly state the facts. So it's kind of, yeah, love her. My kids love her. But when it comes to this Charlie Kirk thing, I have yet to hear anything that is credible. And then there was a Japanese woman who was a policewoman in Japan who's been analyzing video and has all these theories. Man, I can't, I don't see what she sees. But anyways, thank you for listening. I'm about to be attacked by some vicious dogs now. They're behind the fence. So, okay, thank you for listening. Bye-bye.